Well, what is my project today? I'm down here getting ready to paint. I've already caulked. I used my caulking and I caulked around this window. I had it all nicely scraped out and cleaned from before. And I've got that all caulked now, ready to be painted, you know, cut in and stuff. And I also caulked in this window here. Nice thin little bead up there along the edge and along the top, and the inside corners, if the inside wall corners had slight little crack or indentations, I went ahead and caulked those to make them look all nice and straight. And then, man, I had to caulk all kinds of stuff inside this little goodie. They didn't even, when they sheetrocked, they didn't even get back in here for some reason, and they didn't finish the wall. But this is going to be kind of like a little pantry area for the kitchen. So we're going to have some food items in there and stuff. And I didn't want ants getting in there from, you know, coming in from underneath the house or something and then coming in through the cracks. And so I caulked all the sides all the way up to the ceiling on both sides. And I've been doing all kinds of stuff, caulking and stuff, and where the pedestal sink is going, where the wall outlet is, there's a big crack all the way around that, you know, a big hole. It's like doesn't anybody take pride in the work anymore? 15 years ago they just left it. You know, the sheetrockers probably thought, oh, we're not going to tape that, we're just going to leave that and we'll let the painters fix it. And then the painters came and they thought, well, we're not going to do it because the trim cap on the drain line is going to fit over that, and so we're not going to caulk it. So they didn't. But now I caulked it, and I'm all ready now to do some painting. And see, here's my craft paper over the floor, and I just cut it and notched it and kind of fit it up in there, because all I'm doing is the walls right now. I'm not concerning myself, you know, all this wall cavity and the shelf and the bottom of each shelf, the top, the side trim up in here and stuff. So I'm just using a crummy old paint roller, and it's just a 6-inch, and this thing used to be a 3/4 inch nap roller, and it's about had its days, hasn't it? But I'm using that because that's all I need for in there. It'll be fine. And then after everything dries, I'm just going to use my cut-in throwaway paintbrush. That's it. That's all I'm going to use to do all the inside corners, up underneath here, the shelf, the sides, you know, the whole kit and caboodle. And that's it. And my little throwaway pans. My plastic insert, I got a plastic insert in here, see? And I just pour some paint in there. You don't have to be a professional painter to do this, come on. You can start doing your own things. And this is an eggshell finish, and it's the same stuff that I got on the walls. And then I'm gonna do my trick. After I do the eggshell, one coat on top of these shelves, you know, then after everything's dry, after I cut in everything, I'm going to go ahead and paint the top of this and this edge with semi-gloss, just to give it some more durability and stuff, so that we can wipe those shelves off if we spill anything on it, if we get syrup on there, or who knows, something breaks inside there, we can wipe it all down, and that's it. And so I'm just using my craft paper. This was a piece of craft paper I had down where the washer and dryer was, and I was careful to pull it up, and I just folded the masking tape back around the edges, and that actually strengthened this little piece up. And I can use that for all kinds of things, and slide it around here on the floor and stuff, and that's it. If I get a drip of paint on this vinyl flooring, I can just wipe it off with my sponge. Of course, I've got my container of water here, my sponge here, all on the ready. And you know, when I get ready to do this area here, yes, I'm going to have to put some craft paper on the floor, you know, a few sheets and stuff. I don't want to drip and start dripping everywhere. And it doesn't really take very long. And the craft paper, if you haven't been with me, it comes in, oh, I don't know, 200-foot rolls, 250-foot rolls. I forget how long it is. It's this resin paper right here. See, look at that. That's only $13 for a whole roll of that. And I'm going to use this later. This is heavy duty, like cardboard type material. And that's only 100-foot long. And that was like $33 for that. But I'm not going to use that for paint drops. I'm just going to use my craft paper. It works fine. And that other stuff I'm going to lay out through here. Eventually, in a few months, I'm going to take this countertop out of here. And this is a tile countertop from 15 years ago. That's how they did their countertops. They got a piece of plywood here over the top of the cabinet. See here? Right here, all the way across there, and then they got a layer of concrete, and they probably got chicken wire in there somewhere. I think I might, well, it's probably in there somewhere. And then they put thin set on there, and then they put the tile. So I'm gonna have to rip that up. And when I do, then I'm gonna put that cardboard stuff down here, down on this floor, and protect the floor, because when this stuff shatters, it's almost like glass shards. I don't want to get that on the floor, obviously. I don't want to just use craft paper, because if I get this stuff on the floor, and if I walk on it and slip and slide on it, I could put a big scratch in the nice new floor. I don't want that. So I'm going to use that other heavy duty cardboard type material, and I'm going to run it along here and through here and across in there. And then I'll have to put a plastic barricade up, you know, all the way around here. Yeah. Too bad we didn't get a chance to do it earlier, but hey, the countertop was going to take 5 weeks to order, and we're going to be moving in here in a couple weeks. And initially we were thinking about redoing the entire kitchen area, take all the cabinets out and stuff, and that was going to be a couple months, and you know, as it is, hey, the new flooring is down, the carpet's going in a couple days, and we're going to be moved in here with no stove. I'm going to leave the stove out because we're getting new appliances, and no sense putting in new appliances until I rip out the countertops and stuff, right? So I took the dishwasher out. We're going to leave the dishwasher out. We don't need that. I can wash dishes in the sink, no problem. I do that all the time anyways. It's just the two of us. And it's easy to let them dry and put away. I very seldom use the dishwasher anyway, so that's no sweat off my bones. And the stove, hey, we'll just have to cook with the microwave. We're leaving that up there. That's going to be replaced. But we're going to leave it up there so that we can use it for now. Same thing with the refrigerator. We're getting a new refrigerator, but we're going to keep this one for right now. And that's it. That's all we need for it's probably going to be, oh, I don't know, 2 months from now, I'm guessing, before the new countertop comes in. And so I'm going to have to rip this out maybe in a month and a half from now. We'll see. I've got to order a new sink, because it's going to be an under-counter sink and all that kind of stuff. But that's what that cardboard stuff, that's what I'm going to use that cardboard stuff for. But for painting and stuff, if you got hardwood floors, man, craft paper is the way to go. And you know, if I was doing that over carpet with pad, then I was going to sweat it, because I thought we were going to keep the old carpet and stuff, and I was going to end up having to paint everything up there over the carpet. That was going to be a nightmare and a half. And I would have used craft paper like this and ran it up against the wall, and it would have been very difficult. I'd put some shelf slats over the top of the craft paper to give it more stability, and run the pieces wider, and then slide my paint tray along, or my 5-gallon bucket along. I could have done it, but it would have been tricky, let me tell you. Okay, so hey, that's all I'm doing. I'm just concentrating on one area. I got the rest of today and 2 more days before the carpet guys come back, and the carpet guys are going to go upstairs. I only have a couple little things up there to do. What was it? I missed something. Cracked me up the other day. I was looking around, and I thought, how the heck did I miss that? This little closet area. Look, I missed cutting in the wall along here from the top of the door frame on down, next to the light switch, and then all the way down, just to that. I got everything else in the room. I got everything else in the guest room, in this closet, except that one edge. I don't know how that happened, but you know, I'll get that when I have my cut-in brush out, when I'm doing some cut-in stuff downstairs. And see, I did this the other day using that same little paint tray, that same little throwaway paintbrush to do the cut-in, and that same little mini roller, and it turned out, this little area turned out really nice. Okay, the only thing I still have to do is the semi-gloss paint on top of the shelf and on these edges, and I just want to do that just because I have the paint and stuff, and of course I want to do that before the carpet gets in, and then I may do a little bit of touch up. I noticed there was one little spot. I've got to get my flat ceiling paint out, or actually not my flat ceiling paint, my white semi-gloss paint. See there, I tagged the ceiling right there.